Oscar Pistorius is facing a second day of cross-examination by the prosecution at his trial for the murder of his girlfriend, Reeva Steenkamp. During a dramatic first day of questioning by the chief prosecutor, Gerrie Nel, the athlete became quite distraught when he was shown a fairly graphic photograph of his deceased girlfriend after her death. Pistorius denies deliberately killing his girlfriend. He says he accidentally shot Reeva Steenkamp after mistaking her for an intruder on the 14th of February 2013. Let's get the latest now on that from our correspondent Dan Williams. He's been covering this trial in detail ever since it started. He joins us now live from Pretoria. Dan, Gerrie Nel has attacked the apology that Mr. Pistorius made in court on Monday. What is all that about?
Yes, that's right. It has, as you say, been another tough day for Oscar Pistorius on the stand. And Gerrie Nel, the lead prosecutor, really targeting first up the apology that Oscar Pistorius made, which he made here at the North Gauteng High Court on Monday. He went through it. He said, why did you choose this platform to make that apology? Did you ever think what the Steenkamps would think about that apology? Pistorius said he did not think that through, and perhaps it wasn't the most appropriate time, but he hoped to one day perhaps make amends for that, to sit down with the Steenkamps. But then Nel started to go through the apology, and he tried to point out that actually Pistorius did not actually apologise for killing Reeva Steenkamp. Pistorius said he did. Nel said no, he didn't. So then Pistorius then closed his eyes and once again said, yes, I did. I apologise for killing Reeva Steenkamp. And then Nel sarcastically said, you see, now you do it. And it was all part of Nel's line of questioning, the way that he's trying to paint Oscar Pistorius as being very selfish and to show that it's all about Oscar Pistorius.
Indeed. Of course, this case has a fairly wide variety of angles that the prosecution could take. What else has been brought up in court so far today?
Yes, we went through a number of the text messages, the WhatsApp messages that were sent between Oscar and Reeva in the days, in the months before the fateful, tragic night. And you may remember that one particular message that was brought as evidence earlier in the trial, where Reeva Steenkamp sent a message to Oscar Pistorius where he talked about being sometimes scared. She talked about sometimes being scared of Oscar Pistorius, that she felt picked on by Oscar Pistorius, that sometimes he criticises her for annoying voices. So we went through that. It was quite hard listening, it has to be said, sitting in the courtroom as Oscar tried to defend some of those negative text messages. But the key point here is that what Nel was trying to make is that even when Oscar was apologising, he was still then putting the blame back onto Reeva Steenkamp. What he was trying to say is that Oscar does not take responsibility for his actions, and that thought went then, that line of questioning then went through into the shooting incident, one of the other lesser charges that Oscar Pistorius faces. You may remember that one, the shooting incident at the Tasha's restaurant where he was holding a gun and the bullets went off. Now, Oscar Pistorius today admitted that he was holding the gun when that bullet went off, but he denies that he pulled the trigger. He doesn't know how that bullet went off. He said, I didn't have time to think. As Nel then sarcastically pointed out, that's what I heard from you yesterday when you shot into that door and killed Reeva Steenkamp. And this is getting now to the pivotal moment of this trial, very much so, with Nel very much on the front foot, cross-examining Oscar Pistorius.
Indeed, we'll have to leave it there for the time being, though. Thank you very much for that. That's CCTV's Dan Williams live in Pretoria. He's been keeping tabs on that trial over there of the Paralympian athlete Oscar Pistorius. He'll be updating us later at 1700 GMT.